I mentioned earlier about your decision to not introduce the Bells to London Symone. How much of that decision was influenced by Marie spoiling your pregnancy on social media, spoiling that pregnancy news?
For another Belle to reveal that and everything I had already gone through with her, it's like you're not allowing me to tell my own.
Well, for one, I didn't know about Tambra's pregnancy being a secret. I don't talk to Tambra. We're not friends.
I remember saying this, I think, on the reunion. In order for London Symone, for me to know that she's in a safe space, I have to feel like I am in a safe space. And that's with the Bells. Because some things were done that just were not very safe.
Tambra, can we talk a little bit about you and Demond? We don't really get to hear from him. I feel like he doesn't have as much of a voice this season.
Demond works a lot. Hold on one second, because I'm gonna ask you.
Hey!
I have a little bit of a shady follow-up.
No shady questions today. I know that's right.
That question from Victor was off the script.
Oh, perfect time.
Not today, Victor.
No!
Hey, it's a brotherhood! Woohoo!
Joining the bros on Bro Chat, we have Tambra Cherie, media personality, author, entrepreneur, and star of Belle Collective. Known as the Midday Diva in Jackson, Mississippi, she's a beloved voice on 97.7 WRBJ FM and has the ratings to prove it. Tamra,
I know
I'm
that's
so
right.
happy to have you with the bros on Bro Chat. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. I am happy to be here with you guys for sure. Thank you guys for having me. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy 2025 and all of that.
Happy New Year. So, one of my favorite parts of your story on Belle Collective is your motherhood journey. Seeing that journey from early on and now with your beautiful baby, London Symone, the journey has definitely been heartfelt because we've been able to see it from the very start. Do you still feel like a brand new mom?
Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure, 100% every day. And sometimes it still feels like, wow, I still can't believe it myself, if you just want me to be honest with you. I still can't believe it some days, like, wow. And just to see it played out, first and foremost, I never thought it would play out on television, okay? Let's just start there. That was beyond my wildest, never thought it would play out on TV. But I can honestly say the amount of love, the amount of support, the amount of questions, the amount of women that have gone through similar journeys in this country is outpouring. And I always say every platform has a purpose. And as long as Belle Collective has a purpose for me, and I know that I'm helping someone, I'm motivating someone, I'm inspiring someone, I know I'm doing something right.
During the season 5 reunion, there was a lot of conversation about your decision to not bring the baby around the Bells early on or not yet.
She is
Symone
gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you. She's doing really good.
Is she here?
No, she's not.
I called Tambra. I said, Tambra, I finally got a chance to see
London
Symone on the show. I screenshot it.
Y'all haven't met her in person?
No, I screenshot.
For me to bring London Symone in a safe space, I have to feel like I am in a safe space.
That's fair. Oh, that's fair.
And that's just the truth.
Can you share that decision of navigating your reason behind not sharing the baby with the Bells?
Oh, 100%. I remember saying this, I think, on the reunion. In order for London Symone, for me to know that she's in a safe space, I have to feel like I am in a safe space. And that's with the Bells. Because some things were done that just were not very safe. And so with her, she's 100% my priority. And so I have to be in a safe space and feel like I am in a safe space for me to even bring London Symone around.
Hello.
That's beautiful. I think one of the most beautiful parts of the reunion, honestly, was like when you started talking about all the postpartum stuff that you were going through. I have a lot of women in my life, and I've seen it firsthand, and it was like super touching to see you like talk about it and to like really talk about it in a very candid, open way in the reunion. Like, how do you feel you've been navigating that in such a public domain, and not only that, but with your other girls? Like, how did they respond to it?
Mm-hmm. So when I said that in the reunion, and I wish you could see more of what I was talking about at the reunion as well, because when I was talking, I was literally talking about I was fighting postpartum depression. And when you're in a fight, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You're guards up.
Guards up. You're
guards up.
You're fighting. You're fighting someone. So I was fighting that. I did not want to fall into a depression. I did not. I heard so many things about it. I did a lot of research on my own. And I will say I have a great support team. Great support team. But one thing I do realize, you can have a lot of support, and you can still fall into that depression mode because it's life-changing. You know, I'm used to getting up and only being responsible for myself. I move quickly. I might get up in the morning and say, hey, let's catch a flight today. You know, let's go here.
Yes.
My entire life. So, you know, that things change and it can be very life-changing. And it was. It was. And I could be so honest, but I was fighting that because I did not want to feel depressed. And for me, I was just saying that I was in a fight. Like, you know, I felt like, this is the battlefield. I don't want to fall into that. So I put myself into work. I will be so honest with you guys. Look, when I say I had my computer and my mic and at home, working from home, because radio is my happy place. That's my happy place.
Creative
I love
outlet.
What I do. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love what I do. I love what I do. I remember my grandfather used to tell me all the time, when you absolutely love what you do, you don't have to work a day in your life. And that's what radio provides for me. That's what that's my outlet. So I was working from home remotely. I worked from the hospital, if you want me to be honest.
Yes!
Because I was just, you know, I and you know, of course, my daughter, we were separated as well. So because she was in NICU, and I was still going to see her every day, I had to come home without her, and you know that's heartbreaking. You know,
Oh my God, your emotions are flowing. That's so much.
It was. So I was just trying to find ways to deal, and I dealt with it because I still believe in self-care. I still preach that to every woman. Take care of yourself, because if you are not good, you will be no good for anybody.
Very important. Period.
It is very important. It is very important. So I still believe in that, and I'm just thankful for my support system and just doing things to, just to, I guess, to adapt to the new life.
Yeah, and I think that that's one of the things that I admire about you, because you're so focused and you have like such a big drive. I love the journey that you're building with your family too, but I also wanted to celebrate how you've built an incredible career as a media personality, author, and entrepreneur. Now, from interviewing legends like Shaka Khan, Babyface, and Girl, even Diddy, to being a star on Dish Nation and Belle Collective, your resume speaks for itself. Like, you are a boss, you are a go-getter, and it's just the list, I feel like you're not done. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're just gonna keep going. It goes on and on and on.
Thank you.
So you've done both radio and television. So what initially inspired your passion for media?
Initially, okay, so initially, I love people. I just love people. I remember I interned at a radio station. When I tell you, look, I was going to school for business, marketing, management, and then I interned at a radio station and I fell in love. I was totally in love. I was like, this is my passion. This is what I love to do. I remember I took an internship one time, and it was like in Omaha, Nebraska, and this was in college. I remember I would finish that business work so fast. It's like marketing and management. I would finish the work so fast. I would get on the internet, start looking up entertainment news. I'm listening to music all day. I was like,
hello.
This is what I wanted to do. Like, this is what I wanted to do. But I interned at a radio station. But even before interning at a radio station, there was a guy who was doing television here. And I ended up doing some hosting on his show, which was a video show. And then we started doing a show called Admission Granted. So I was doing television first, actually. And
Wow.
then I led up into radio. So when I say television, I mean, we would go around to all of these different events and I would interview artists because I didn't have the experience. So I started creating the experience. Honey, let me tell you something.
Wow.
I remember Eric
Yes.
while he was on the couch at the club eating chicken. I remember I remember interviewing Gucci Man outside of the club in Memphis on the steps. It was cold outside. I was just creating my experience. Anything that anybody had. Essence Festival, we would go to New Orleans. I remember interviewing Baby, like in the back VIP of Essence, along with Kimora Lee Simmons.
Wow.
I was creating that experience. I love people. And so that's when I fell in love just with the industry, just with the excitement of it. And I love the music. I love to see people having a good time. So I fell in love with all of that. So that's when I say that was the passion. It was just a passion. It was just what I love to do. And then I like to see people having a good time. So if I could be a part of that, if I can encourage you to have a good time, if I can host something, if I can be on the radio and talk to you and encourage you to do it, I just fell in love. That's what I did. That's what I did, guys. Like, I'm just gonna be
oh my gosh, you're the life of the party.
Yes.
I'm just loving your energy right now. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, meeting all of those and creating your own experience, what would you say would be the most memorable interview that you've ever done and why?
That I have ever done? That is a really good question because I have a few that I've done. And to be honest, but just because he is like the hip hop, he just knows the ins and outs of hip hop when it started. Russell Simmons would be one because he was there from the beginning. You know, with the stories that he has and that he can tell. Kevin Lyles is another one. I cannot even think of his name, but I interviewed him. He was the pastor on a show. So you guys might be too young for this. And I remember being little. He was the pastor on a show called Amen. And I was little watching this show. I was very little, very young. But look it up on Prime because it comes on somewhere. Okay.
Amen has Jefferson's.
Yes.
Okay.
And so the pastor of that show, I remember interviewing him because I used to watch him when I was little. I was nervous just because when you see people that you are little watching and they walk in your studio and you get to interview him. That was one that I love because I was like, I used to watch him when I was a little girl on TV. So those moments like that are really, really special. But I would say that as far as actors, Cat Williams was one. He was definitely one. Yes, Cat Williams was a good interview. He was a good, fun interview. Very interesting as always.
That sounds like
fun. I bet.
That sounds like a really good time.
He's small, but he's mighty.
Oh, absolutely. It never fails. I remember being backstage at a comedy show and I was just talking about I was just so passionate and how I just love that he had, so many kids that he takes care of. And I was like, you have to have a caring heart. I was just giving him all of this. The kid was like, you know what? No, you have to have money, baby.
Like that.
Very good, fun interview. So I had some really great interviews that I've enjoyed. Kimora Lee Simmons would be one. There's so many. I just wish that.
Hell of a resume.
Serious question. Did you get baby fat merch?
I did.
I
did.
Baby fat merch.
I did.
Lucky.
I did.
Jealous.
I sure did. From Kimora, I did.
Because I used to love me some baby fat, especially those velour suits. Ooh.
I really did. I sure did. There's a lot of people that stand out. There's A Fox for sure. I've interviewed her a few times. She's fun. She's a fun time. Like
I love her.
She's a good time. She's a good fun time. But it's a lot of artists. Like I really love Fantasia. Fantasia's
I love me some Fantasia.
I love Fantasia's story.
Let me tell you something, Fantasia, and I always remember this about her because she was saying my name wrong. And we're interviewing, and I never corrected her on it, but during we were doing the drops, I did correct her on it. She was like, no, I have been saying your name wrong. I was like, that's okay. And I remember her saying, no, baby, do not let anyone say your name wrong. She was like, no, she was very adamant about that. She was a really good, fun interview as well. But I've had some great interviews. I really have throughout the years, for sure. Throughout the years.
What was Dee Dee like?
Dee Dee's interview was quick. because
Okay.
I interviewed him at Vibe Music Fest in Atlanta. So when you have all these people around,
There's a lot of people there.
Yeah, a lot of people were, basically rushing him to interview him. So
Gotcha.
his was quick. You get 2 questions in, and that's it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah, right. At that time, everybody was on Diddy at that time. Everybody was on Diddy at that time, for sure. Times have changed.
No, for real.
Kim Porter, she's a sweetheart. I remember Kim, and she was complimenting me that day, and I complimented her. And she was behind. No, at that time, they were actually walking together, but she stopped and she said something to me, and I said something to her. And I like how Diddy and security just walked off and left her because we hugged and we took pictures and they kept going. So she had to run and catch up. I'll never forget that.
Wow, he didn't wait. He did not wait for her.
No, he
Caught the tea from the beginning.
No, for real.
Tambra, I'm wondering, is there any interviews that stood out maybe for the wrong reasons, or where some mistakes happened, or some funny moments maybe when you were starting out, or what are some other experiences that you can share?
What would I feel like my worst interview was? Definitely would be Kevin Gates.
Oh wow.
The rapper.
Yeah, I thought
Kevin.
Love Kevin Gates.
He's all over the place. How did that go?
It was Kevin Gates was definitely. I felt like that was like the worst one, and we were in the studio together. Because if I say the sky is blue, he's gonna be like, okay, why is it blue though? Why do you think that it's blue?
Oh. That kind of interview.
That's too much work. That's too much work.
Yes, he's like, you can argue with my bit, but I was like, really, Kevin? He's like, no. So like, no, I think that was probably like, we were debating on probably every issue that we said.
Oh my gosh.
Tambra, I mentioned earlier about your decision to not introduce the Belles to London Symone. How much of that decision was influenced by Marie spoiling your pregnancy on social media, spoiling that pregnancy news?
Oh, for sure, a lot. Because one of the things is that the network always wants, we signed these contracts, and I knew what I signed up for. They offer, like, I just remember at that time, the executive producer calling me after I had her. And they were just like, if you don't mind, they wanted me to be quiet about it. So for another Belle to reveal that and everything I had already gone through with her, it's like you're not allowing me to tell my own.
Well, for one, I didn't know about Tambra's pregnancy being a secret. I don't talk to Tambra. We're not friends. So when she played victim, like I had deliberately did something to her, maliciously, on purpose, it was time for me to defend myself.
They were just like, they wanted to be the first to actually announce it. And so out of respect from the contracts I knew had already signed, I could not say anything. So I was like, okay. And they were like, they were being nice about it. And I said, that's fine. That's totally fine, because right now I'm really concentrating on what I have going on anyway,
Right.
Yeah. So that's fine. So for me to be quiet because I was act nicely, if I didn't mind to be quiet, and then for someone else to say it, and I know we signed the same contract, it was very disappointing.
Marie and Lateshia met with the man that you were in court with, and he said he claimed to have married you, and you described the two of them meeting with this man as a betrayal.
This guy reached out to the collective, and Latisha and I met him for lunch.
This man tried to ruin me. I have a court order against him, and I'm not going to talk about him because I cannot.
But it was thrown out to him.
I cannot talk about him.
Tambra is hiding her true self to protect her identity. Tambra wants people to believe that she's flawless.
Did you feel more betrayed by Marie or Lateshia for meeting up with this man?
Both.
Both.
Right.
Oh, yes. Because all you had to do was act. Like, you know, that's it. That's all you had to do.
Quick sex.
That's it. That's it. That's all you had to do. Is literally just ask the question. That's it. But not married. Let's get that straight. Was not married to this man at all.
Okay.
It was date. Yeah, this was a man that I literally went on a date with. Okay, I went dating. But yeah, and that was years ago. So if you go to somebody I haven't talked to, and I know it's been over 5 years, are you serious?
Yeah, because Marie was being fed a lot of information, and one of the pieces was this whole married portion of it, which happens to
No,
be.
I've never been married.
Yeah.
No, I've never been married. It was proposed, but that person proposed. I didn't even know them 30 days. That's where the proposal comes from.
All right, there we go. She can get a ring.
Yeah.
She can get a ring. Don't play.
That's where the proposal comes from. Like, we did not even know each other. We didn't know each other. Yeah, it's very weird. It was a weird situation for sure. But yes, I felt betrayed. Of course. Because one thing about these girls, I always supported them for sure. And I thought, you know, Marie, she comes to my event. She was supporting me. We were in a great space. Like a great space. Yeah, so it was just I was just totally caught off guard because of course nobody thinks about their life from years ago when you totally moved on and you're not thinking about stuff that you overcome years later, you know. But one thing I can say, and I will say this about Kingdom Reign, I will say this, you know, the executive producer that, you know, we had 2 executive producers, like when they found out, they were like, when they saw it, even the showrunner that we had, they were like, this guy is lying. This guy is like, you know, that's why you never saw it. Yeah, they were like, hold on. And then when they saw the arrest report, they were like, oh my God, you know, no, absolutely not.
Also, he's saying that he never wanted to be involved in the show, and that's why he didn't want to be with you. But now he's
let's get that correct. I had not spoken to this guy in years. Even before I knew anything about Belle Collective. There was no Belle Collective when we were actually talking. We're talking about years ago, guys. So that was a lie too. So all of it was a lie.
But even if it was true, why would it's like a weird thing of why would you not want to be around on the show and then contact people on the show to get your story out and clear your name when you don't have a name to be cleared?
Exactly.
We call that a stunt queen. That's a stunt queen.
Yeah,
right
that's what that is.
Television.
A
full
television. Years later, your life is doing good. Okay, great. I just do not understand it. And of course, I was disappointed by them because one thing I would not do that to neither one of them at all. I would do that to any of the girls. Because, you know, we get things all the time when guys try to come tell us this about one of the ladies or they'll come to try to tell you something about the ladies. I don't play those type of games because I know how guys can be, you know? Yeah. So I don't play those type of games. You cannot tell me about Tisha. I'm not going to let you entertain me and tell me something about Marie. I'm not going to let you tell me anything about Latrice. I'm not going to tell you about you're just not. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I'm not the Belle to do that too. You can't jump in my inbox. You can't bring friends to tell me this and that. And I've had it done. I'm not bringing that up. That's not my business. I do not care. Because I just don't play those type of games, you know? I don't want to ever say that I'm the one that puts these ladies in a bad light. Not me.
Yeah.
Marie, she was a little messy. She brought up at the reunion that you actually endangered her and her cast members by not revealing the history of this man that you allegedly had a past with. What's your reaction to that? Because I thought that was a little bit of a stretch.
It was. Because first of all, I'm never going to put myself in danger.
So if you pregnant, somebody bothering you, you're dealing with a domestic situation, and you coming around the Bells, and you don't let the Bells know, you don't let nobody know that your life in danger, and you're a pregnant woman, hell, I feel offended. I feel like you put my life in danger, and as well as the rest of the Bells. She didn't say anything. How many empowerment brunches have she spoke at? And Tambra have stood up and encouraged other women and talked about her domestic situation of having a loose cannons on the loose. So hell, I feel offended. You put my life in danger. You put it not my life. Every Belle on this side.
I knew about it.
Man, get the out of here with this, man.
I'm never going to put myself in danger, and I'm never going to put anyone else. You must forget, I'm a host. I host in this city 24/7 all the time. I host events all the time. So, so for us, like, you know how many events that Marie has been to prior to that? I host events all the time. Like, I am a host. That's what we do. I work at a radio station. I am a public figure. That's what we do. So that's not anything new. I'm out all the time. I'm in the community all the time. Like literally, I just was the grand marshal at our Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. parade. That's
amazing.
Anything, yeah, that's not any, but that's not out of the normal.
Yeah.
So that's why when you say it's a stretch,
Okay.
absolutely, it's a stretch. It is a stretch because
Right.
one thing we're always going to do, even until like one
Yeah.
thing with me, I'm always have security, point blank, period. Anything.
Yes.
Yeah, all the time. All the time. But you know, that's why I say that was years ago. And also, I remember, I think I hosted one of Latisha's brunches back in, it was either 2016, I think it was 2016. And I remember now, one thing I did share with Latisha, because that was during that time. I told Latisha that this guy, he keeps popping up at events that I host. That was during that time. That was in 2016. I'm not thinking about that come 2023.
Right. Right.
8 years later.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that. Like, because he stopped popping up. He literally has stopped popping up at events. I think once that time that he was actually arrested, he stopped popping up. I wasn't thinking about that years later. We moved past all of that.
Yeah, you moved on.
Move on with my life. Nobody drives backwards.
No.
So I can't tell you about something I'm not even thinking about, like at all.
Yeah.
On Belle Collective,
Well, thanks for clearing that
there's
up.
hours and hours and hours of filming, days of filming that we don't get to see. There's only so much us as viewers get to see. Were there any scenes on season 5 where you were able to explain to Marie or Lateshia or the other ladies about why they are not meeting London Symone, about the pregnancy being spoiled on social media, Marie doing that, then meeting up with this man, Latisha and Marie, meeting up with this man, you able to explain those reasons?
During filming of season 5, was I able to explain about London Symone being around? No. That did not come up. No, that didn't. So
Okay.
Wow.
Sounds like the producers really weren't really trying to explore that.
You did not see an explanation of why
Yeah.
to any of those. Because, you know, if you go back, the only person I did sit down with, I sat down with Marie. And even to be honest, you guys did get a full glimpse of our conversation. Marie and I actually talked for hours. And you guys saw.
Right, you only get like
7 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see the entire conversation because if we're just being transparent, we had to get out of that building. They were saying, it was nighttime. So they're like, we had to leave. Yeah, we had to leave. So they were wrapping up the scene. They were wrapping it up. They had to wrap it up. Like, so you didn't get a closing and you did not get to see that because I don't even know. You probably saw a minute or two and we probably talked 2 hours.
Right. Because we saw the question from the ladies about why is Tamra not showing us the baby? And we saw the question, but we didn't get we didn't get that one-on-one explanation with you and Marie, or let's say you or Lateshia or the ladies. So hopefully in the next season we're able to
I never sat down with Latisha during our filming at all. So you didn't miss that.
Right.
You did not miss that. No, you didn't. We actually, when we were around each other, we were always in a group. It was a group of us. Because I think last season was really about like trying to reconnect everything and really trying to put the pieces back together because they were really broken. Exactly. We were trying to collect the collective back together because they were broken. Some things happened that should not have happened prior that year, so they came in
like
with a fresh start. What you saw in season, what you saw in season, the prior seasons.
4.
Like, exactly. Like,
the physical altercation. Yeah.
That one too.
Or Lateshia and Marie.
You're talking about my stuff. You think about everybody else's. I know, right? It was a lot. Everybody. There were a lot of things that.
It was a lot that season. Yeah, that season was big.
I was like the altercation. Yeah, that too. It was just a lot. It was a lot that happened. It was a lot. So I think last season was about reconnecting, trying to reconnect and trying to fix this puzzle and put the pieces back together that had fallen apart.
Right.
Wow, yeah. I can see that, yeah.
Because going into the upcoming season, you're going to be missing two important pieces of the puzzle with Sogucci and Aikisha not returning for the upcoming season. What was your reaction to your two Bells that you were close to no longer returning?
For Aikisha and Willie, I definitely thought after what happened, how we ended the season, I definitely thought that Willie was done. I thought
Yeah,
that he was
I think so
completely,
too.
yeah, I thought he was completely over it because that's not what he's there for. He's not there for that. That's not why any of us are there, And I thought that, of course, with Aikisha, she's going to follow her husband, of course, because this is her family. This is her family. So I definitely felt that they were done because that's not why we're here.
So Latisha had claimed back before, and some of the other ladies, that you didn't want Aikisha on the show, and even said that you didn't want to be in the group chat with her. But then, flash forward, Latrice alleged that her, Latisha, some of the other women planned to fabricate this group chat storyline, which they denied. How did you feel about Aikisha joining the group originally, and where do you stand with her today in 2025?
How did I feel about with her joining? I wanted her to join. I thought that she was like, she would definitely add to the group because of everything she's doing on Fan Street for sure. That's real. Like, those are her story is real. That's a real story of what she's doing and her family. That's real. What you see is actually real. So, of course, no. Like, I absolutely was for her joining the show.
No reservations.
It was no reservations at all. It was no reservations at all. And I still feel like if Latrice didn't clear it up, people would still be like, oh, wait, especially with the group chat and all of that, like all of the makeup stuff. And I'm not going to constantly defend something that's made up for TV. I'm just not.
And have you spoken to her since she announced her departure?
Not since her departure, not since the announcement. I saw her. I have seen her in Sophia. But it was literally right before the announcement. And unfortunately, it was like, under sad times because I know that JJ announced, he did share with the world that his mom had passed.
Yes.
So it was,
I remember that.
It happened to be at the funeral home when I saw them.
Oh.
And what about Sogucci? Have you caught up with her?
I saw them. That was the last time I saw them at the same time. Yeah, at the same time during her wait. Yeah.
So we know before Sogucci quit the show, she expressed her frustrations to production, but in leaving, she said that she wants to focus on repairing her family. Do you think that Selena is a factor in Sogucci's decision to leave? And do you believe that Sogucci's resistance to Selena being on the show was territorial?
I think it is a factor. I do.
Okay.
And I really do think Sophia has said that it is a factor. I think that she has said that I know, I'm trying to think back to the reunion. It's amazing because you have to think back to the reunion. You have to think back to scenes of what was said and what was aired.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of film to go through.
I'm sure because I was there, so I'm trying to think: was that aired? Or was that said? Or was that was said in our scene? But was it actually said on air? So you have to think about all of these things. But I do think that Sophia, I think that played a part for sure.
Okay.
Because, just the history. I definitely feel like that played a part. I think with Selena and, coming to a platform that, she had said it before, that this was her platform. I think she felt like this was her time to shine. This was her and Jay's show. Bring It was about the kids. And I'll be honest, I hosted a lot of those events on Bring It. I did. Yeah,
I'm a Bring It stan. I'm a Bring It stan.
On that particular show, I would guest co-host. I would guest host on Bring It. So there were episodes. Go back and watch your episodes, baby.
I'm not. I have to not. I love me some Ms. D.
Yeah. So I was there during filming. Now, I will be honest. Sophia was there. She was there. It's no doubt about it. I remember her seeing at competitions. But the show was about the kids and the parents. And the parents, they were focused on Selena and JJ.
Yeah.
But she was there. I can honestly say she was actually in the stand.
Because they never showed her.
They never showed her. They
Never.
but
And they
she-
even like hint at
I've been
her
to
or
competition-
nothing.
Yeah, I've been at competitions where she was there. I can say that she was.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been at competitions where she was there. I can say that she was
Wow.
there. And I
I'm
do
gagged.
remember, and I'm going to be real specific with you. I remember one of those shows where they were all sitting together. JJ had to come over there. Sophia, I believe, was on the other side. She was not sitting with them. So those are the things that they were, because they were focused on
filming
just them. Exactly. She was not in that same area, but when they're not filming, she is right there. You know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so she was there. She was absolutely there. So I do feel like that played a part, you know, because you know, when she got into it, when they got into it, she said, you know, she called her extra, and then she said in one of her interviews, she's like, go watch her on reruns of Bring It. Because, you know, she felt this was her show and her platform.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, I feel like, you know, that played a part in her leaving.
Wow. That was a lot of tea. Wow. I live.
Tambra, can we talk a little bit about you and Demond? Because there's been a lot of, you know, chatter on the show, on social media about you guys' connection and whatnot. But what I want to know is, how does he feel about you being this reality TV personality, being on television? And when you first joined the show, was he supportive of that? How does he feel now, currently? You know, going into season 6. Yeah, we don't really get to hear from him. I feel like he doesn't have as much of a voice this season.
Demond works a lot. He does. He works a lot, and you know, he's like, he don't want to lose his job over any type of nonsense.
Right.
You know, he doesn't want to be a part of any type of nonsense. You know, he's all for it. Of course, you know, when we first started this collective. When we first started this collective back in 2020, you know, he was super supportive, super supportive, because, you know, it was about the ladies and their businesses and, you know, what we're doing. It was about successful women coming together and really highlighting what we're doing in Jackson. And of course, he's super supportive. You know, he shows up, he volunteers his time. He was there. But, you know, when it started taking a twist, and especially during second season, when it started being like, oh, this is something about me, and all I do is I show up to support and volunteer my time, and this, I'm getting thrown under the bus, and I have a real job that I have to go to with people. Like, you know, that was very disappointing for him.
Take it back,
Yeah, he doesn't want to be a part of any nonsense. Like, how is this, you know? So that's where it took a turn for him, for sure.
Especially when it's Belle Collective reunion time. Do you ever feel like, I wish Demond was next to me? I have a man as well. I wish my man was next to me during the reunion, similarly to how the other Belle couples are.
Sometimes, but hold on one second, because I'm gonna ask you.
I thought she was calling somebody to give us tea.
That's what I thought.
I thought you were about to say, hold on, I'll call him for you.
Let's ask him.
Let's ask him.
Exclusive.
I'm like, oh, she is not playing games today.
She said, we come with receipts.
Let him know.
Some questions, I was like, you can answer this yourself, but that's all right. You can just
I'm on daddy duty.
Daddy duty.
All right, let him know.
That's hard.
Let him know.
You gotta get in the
That's amazing.
We were hoping to see more of you, Demond, on Belle Collective, but
they were hoping to see more of you. But I told them why not.
We get it. We understand.
We saw the messiness.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. So yeah, when I picked up my phone, he's in the other room. So I was like, well, he can answer this himself.
Right.
But I understand, as far as like when I'm at the reunion and he's not there, I understand. He has our baby. He has our daughter. And so I understand. I get it. If you don't want to be a part of the nonsense. And you know, I totally understand. I get it. Like, that's not what I called you to be a
for
part
this
of.
for.
Yeah, that's not why you're here. It's to be a
And
part
she's
of
media
anything
trained and she can represent herself.
You said
So
what
you
now?
do a very good job. You're media trained. You can represent yourself.
Yeah,
You don't need no one.
Well, you have to understand, I've been holding it down by myself for a very long time.
Exactly.
Hello.
Period.
So no, but of course,
But
I can honestly say, like, no, I get it. That's why, and the same thing that probably goes back to even with Aikisha and her husband. I get it. You didn't.
Yeah.
We're not calling you to be a part of our stuff, and it's some BS. That's not why you're. That's not why you're here. We don't want you to be getting in trouble and risking this and risking a contract here and risking your job here for something that you're here for us and being supportive for us. So I understand. I get it. And so with him, I absolutely get it. He has a very good job that he goes to every day.
He's there for you. He's not there for the cameras. He's there for you.
No, he hates
Exactly.
Thank you.
He's there for the
Like, he
family.
hates the cameras.
You
Like,
can tell.
No, he does not like the cameras. He doesn't like the way he looks on camera. He doesn't like the way he talks on camera. He doesn't like the cameras at all. Like, he's not, and he'll tell anybody. He's told our producer, I'm not trying to be a star nowhere. Like, he's not. That's not his ministry. Like, he's only there just
That's
because
fair.
I'm here and I'm a part of his life. That's the only reason he's there. That's the only reason he's there.
yeah.
I know we were talking about like some of the messiness that's happened, and something that we were discussing was Sogucci when she kind of hinted and said that he wasn't the father, and you were like not about that. How did that affect you? Because like the way my head would turn if that was me. So how did that feel? Because she's your girl. Like, how did that make you feel? Because that must be like, I already see it on your face.
Messy.
Messy.
It was just totally messy. And those are things I talk about, just being messy. Like,
For no reason.
For no reason at all. Like, messy. For what? Like, for what? Like, just totally messy. Like, you want a moment, or you just trying to...
Right, so you don't even know why she even speculated in the first place.
I have no earthly idea.
Oh, wow.
A storyline.
Like, why would you speculate? Why would you even think that? You've never seen anything, and you've been around. Like, girl.
Yeah.
Like, for
where
what?
did that come from?
Where did that come from?
Very left field.
Like, you're around. Like, you've been, and then you came to the baby reveal. Like, if you felt that way, why even there? Like, you're gonna throw shade around my family? Like, like, why? It was no reason
at a happy
for
event,
that.
at a fun event. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No reason for any of that. Like,
and your family had to watch
now,
that.
I will say, my family has to watch that, and I do remember, because I didn't realize until later on. Like, there are different, and this is like some behind the scenes, okay? But I remember the tailgating for Jackson State's homecoming. Gucci came to the tailgate, and I think that's when she made a little remark, because my program director and my manager was there. But I guess that they wanted everything to go along, or maybe put some doubt in the minds, because when I arrived to the game, I came with my sister. My sister was in the car with me. When you see me getting out the car, my sister was in the car. They called my program director, who was at tailgate, walked him over there, put him in the car with me. I did not know this was the story that you guys were trying to portray. Put him in the car with me and had us drive up like we came to the game together.
They made sure we missed that one.
Oh, wow.
They made sure we didn't see that one.
Put my sister out and put her in the van with the producers.
Oh my God.
No, ma'am. Yes. No, ma'am.
Yes. My sister was taken out of the car with me. At that time, I did not know this was a story that you guys were really trying to portray. We're just following directions. We are making a show, but in real life, that would never happen. I'm never driving my program director around. Let's start there. And my manager. Wow. So that's never going to happen. If anything, he's going to be driving me.
Driving you.
Exactly.
I know you can only, I know you can only edit so much.
Exactly. If we're going to an event, he's driving me. I'm not driving him around. Like, that never happens, okay? Even he was like, that wouldn't even happen in real life. Like, we don't even do that.
No.
You are a passenger princess.
Exactly. Like,
well, she's the talent.
Exactly. So it would, like, stuff like that. But I didn't know that this is what you're trying to add to her story of what the shade that she's throwing. I did not know that at the time. I didn't know.
Oh,
it
my
was
gosh.
sister That's who was in the passenger side of that car with me.
That's crazy. That gagged me.
Yeah, I'm like, because what?
He said,
Behind
exit the sister,
scenes
put the
tea.
director.
Like, really?
Tambra, last question about you and Demond. Everything that happened back in season 2, with that lady that came on the show, did that affect you guys' relationship at any? Because I think about putting myself in your
Yeah.
shoes. I want to like look at production and be mad at production, but then I want to look at him and be like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, like, you know.
I've known Taisha for a very, very long time, and I don't think that she would just up and say anything. So right now is the time for me to discuss what I know about Demond and Taisha. Listen, Taisha came to my office a few weeks ago, and she said that Greedy and Demond the same person, and we have an emotional connection.
I got an emotional connection with God.
Wow.
If anything, it was like, what would make her do that to you? You know, like, I knew she wanted to be a Belle. I knew that. Like, you know, but what would make her want to do that to you? Because I heard some of the conversations that they've had, you know? Like, I was cool with her. I had seen her prior to all of this. I had met this girl in the parking lot not too long ago. I attended a birthday dinner with her when she sat right beside me. She never mentioned any of this. Never.
Because a woman said that she was with
talked.
Demond. A woman said that she was with
She said
Demond.
they had an emotional connection.
An emotional
was
connection.
her thing. Yeah, she said she had an
crazy.
emotional connection. That was her thing. Because she ended up telling a friend of mine, I said we had an emotional connection. I never said anything else. Girl, whatever.
Girl.
A one-sided connection.
Like, yeah, what is that? But yeah, I knew her myself. Like, we've seen each other right even before those moments. And none of this ever, I've known her for years. None of this ever. We were all friends. I've hosted some stuff that she actually asked me to host.
So
And then she gonna play like that.
Yeah,
So-
it's not a stranger.
Do you still run into her?
After the show? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Oh.
Oh!
No, she doesn't speak at all. Mm-mm.
Well, we know you roll with
she
security.
Demond and I
Right.
together and had stopped speaking to us. Like, would not even speak.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
so Tamara, do you know who brought this woman on the show? How she came on? Who she came through?
I was told Latisha.
Oh. Latisha.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, yeah, see?
Okay.
Not my girl.
Yeah.
So she went and found
We
out
need to
this
get
girl, or
Lateshia
did the
up
girl
here,
contact
Mitch.
Latisha? That's what we got to find out. Bros, did the girl contact Latisha or did Latisha contact the girl? That's the real question.
That's a very good question.
Oh man.
Inquiring minds wonder.
Good question. Very good question. That's a good question. Yeah, because it's not strangers. Like, we all knew each other for sure. Like, I talked to her and everything. Like, it's not, you know, not like we can't talk. Like, we didn't know each other. We knew each other. Like, we talked. Like, she could talk to me.
That's all she'll be known for now.
It was so weird. It was so weird.
Yeah.
Like,
well, moments like that add to your discomfort and your distrust in a
Yep.
lot of
for
ways.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So this is a game that we want to call high fashion or low fashion. So we're
High
going to show
fashion?
you or low fashion.
Or low fashion. Okay.
Or
Low.
low fashion.
Low.
Yes. So
Get
we're
that
going to
bait.
show you some pictures. We're going to pull them up on the screen.
Y'all know y'all ready.
Yep, we want you to tell us, do you think it is high fashion or low fashion? Because we know you are the fashionista.
Yes.
So yeah, of course we want it to be unfiltered because it's you.
Season 5.
And these are going to be
Let's see.
looks from the Belle Collective reunion.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so you seen them in
We
person
wanna
anyway.
know.
In person, though. That's the easy one for me, though. If this is a reunion, I got it. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Something quick. Uh-oh. All right, first one we have here is Latrice. What do you think about this? High fashion, low fashion? I love the little diamond. Oh, that's cute.
Fashion. I even know who made her dress. She used to make my dresses all the time. High fashion. I liked her dress.
That's cute.
I
That's
love
cute.
the color.
Yeah.
We got Miss Marie Monroe in this champagne. She got this cascading on the left, looking like, woo!
I'm going to say high fashion. I know who made her dress. High fashion.
You know, made everybody's dress wait. Did you?
Yeah.
For
I
real?
love
He
that.
used to be in our fashion shows. Like his collection would
Oh,
always be in our
wow.
fashion shows. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
So this is Latisha.
Right.
I love the blue. High or low fashion?
Okay, I'm gonna say high fashion, but I don't think she needed the neck piece.
Okay.
I like her dress.
It was throwing me
I agree
off.
with that.
I like because I saw her dress in person. I saw everyone's dress in person, so I liked her dress. I don't think the neck. She didn't really need the neck piece. Maybe if they just cut it off and
Just cut it here?
It was throwing me off. It was throwing me off.
Yeah, the neck piece could have. I don't think she needed that. She didn't need that.
No choker.
Yeah, no choker. No choker.
Now we got Aikisha.
Mm-hmm.
And now this blue I love. I do love this beauty, this seafoam blue.
Cinderella?
Would you say seafoam? I'd say seafoam.
High fashion. I liked it.
Yeah.
Miss Congeniality.
The Bells delivered at this reunion.
The Bells do,
They
though. They
did.
really do.
They did. I don't think we're gonna have any low fashion.
Yeah, I think everybody's dress. High fashion.
Oh, Selena, yes. High fashion. Look at the blue and the satin.
Yes.
I love that. That was gorgeous.
The low cut, too, so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Dr.
Oh
Antoinette.
my
Don't forget
God.
that doctor with
Yes.
that silver and the blue, the slick
Yes.
back.
Yes, high fashion.
Dr.
I love her
Antoinette.
dress
Florida.
too.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, she looks so good.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's pretty. It's pretty.
Now, would you want to
This-
see Dr. Antoinette return for the upcoming season of Belle Collective?
I think I said it. I was like, I don't really care. She wants to come back. I know she did talk about, like, when her closing her practice. I know she talked about that and moving, because she said she was moving and she did move.
To Florida.
So it's all up to her. I don't know how that would work, but it's look.
You say she did move, Tambra?
But she made an announcement herself.
Okay.
Yes.
I
I'm
don't
not,
see.
I'm
Yeah.
not telling anything that she hasn't said. But yeah, she did move. She did move.
Oh wow. Last one.
Woo!
You. This is gorgeous, goddess. Look at the gold.
Wow.
Sure did. Show me one more time.
Show me
Oh,
the
good again! Yes! The red lip! We love a red lip.
High
Legs.
fashion or low fashion?
I'm
Come
gonna
on,
say high
legs.
fashion.
Okay.
I do wish I would have pushed the hair. You guys can really see, and then the waist was a little. Sometimes you can't get the full dress.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because y'all sitting down.
Yeah, we're sitting down. But yes, and then
That was good enough. You're eating
That was
sitting.
good. Oh, thank you. And then I lost a little bit of weight, so it wasn't as tight as it used to be. So it wasn't packed like it was supposed to be. But high fashion. I know who made my dress as well. But I like the fact that all of them were black designers, black young
That's
designers
awesome.
who made
Oh
dresses.
my.
Very radiant, like very glowing. It was gorgeous.
So out of all of your reunion looks, is that yellow your favorite?
You know what? I had a red I liked.
Yes, I remember. Yes.
I had a
think I know what you're
red
talking about.
I liked that dress a lot too. And the red, like it fit really good and it was long. Like I remember the red. I liked the red.
Yeah.
Too. I liked all of them, but I let people do what they do. If your ministry is designing dresses and making dresses and doing I let people do what they do.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe in that. I absolutely believe in that for sure.
I have a little bit of a shady follow-up.
Okay.
So everyone passed the test today, high fashions across the board.
Okay.
Was there anything that maybe was on the questionable side throughout?
With what?
Oh, she got caught up with the spirit.
No shady questions today. I know that's right. Like media training, she's a wizard.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Not one weapon.
No trouble today.
Look at God, honey. Look at God.
Well, that was
My God.
That question, that question from Victor was off the script. So I think he was going to do something little. I don't know.
Cut off. Perfect time.
Not today, Victor.
No. No.
The devil is
Oh my God.
Ah!
and he's
Tell
still
the truth and
frozen.
shame the devil.
London Bridge is falling down.
He's still frozen. Okay, look.
No, yeah,
Oh,
he
that
knows
was my
it.
favorite part for the night.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
the British internet was punishing me for not having my manners.
That was for the shady question.
So now you have some time to
The
think.
devil said not today.
No.
That's all
That
it
is
was.
so funny.
That's all it was. That's it. But you said, okay, you're back now.
I am back.
Yes.
So
You're
like
"Ooh, I
my
see where
like my
that."
internet signal went low for a second. Were there any lows that you can think?
Something that I always said that in season 1 with Marie and her little Bo Peep outfit.
Oh my
Like, that-
goodness, I was gonna bring
Oh
that
my
up.
gosh! I loved it. I loved it because she just walked in like,
Yes, it's the classic that just kicked it. The whole
yes.
season off.
Like, what do you look like? I look like Southern Belle.
She had the hat and everything, and she walked in. I definitely feel like that scene right there when she walked in, it kicked off Belle Collective.
I loved it. I loved it.
As soon as you said that, I was like, no.
Because they knew exactly what they were doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think that outfit right there just tops it all season. Like for sure.
I live for that.
I know.
I live for that.
That started Belle Collective. I think that's what, and that I don't care what anybody says. That first season, that was just a fun season.
It was the best.
Man, it was
the
fun.
best.
It was like the fun shade. It was just
Everything
like
from. It's like, is this your hair? And everything.
Yeah.
it was like nobody knew what they were doing. It was just fun.
I know we're about to go wrap the interview up, but I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
ask one quick thing about season 1. Carlos mentioned that after season 1, Belle Collective almost went away. Do you have any insight on that? Was that a ratings thing? Because I always loved it and felt like it was the little train that could, and now we see.
Yeah. I think, of course, when you added more drama, you added more girls, more drama.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, fortunately and fortunately, it's kind of like
Catch 22, yeah.
Yeah, people love drama. People love a little mix of drama. People, they do. They do. They love the shade. I like fun shade. I like good shade,
That's why I love season 1.
Yes, I like good shade. I like fun shade where we can laugh about it later.
Yeah.
I'm the person
That's
that
me.
don't even. There are some shows
too.
I stop watching when they get too dark. Like I just do. Some shows,
Yeah,
like reality
it's
shows,
uncomfortable.
they lose me. They lose me. Even in real life, I like sitcoms. I'm a sitcom girl. Okay. I loved sitcoms. Like when they initially, I thought we were going to be like girlfriends, okay? Like little shit.
Not girlfriends!
Yeah, girlfriends. That's how
Wait, which one are you? Who are you in
I
girlfriends?
thought we were going to be girlfriends. We're going to be having a good time. We're going to be throwing some shade. We're going to go out to eat. We're going to have a ball. We're going to do this. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to get some business done. We're going to Because, you see, look, even in girlfriends, you saw Joan at her desk. She's getting her business done.
Yeah.
You saw
She is a lot. Yes.
you saw Tony selling houses. She goes, we're going to get business done, ladies. Like that. Yes.
Finding her man.
We're going to be girlfriends, honey. That's like.
I'm definitely Joan. That's my personality.
Joan?
Multitask, kind of uptight. Yeah, that's the bro I am. Yeah, a little bit.
Wait, Tambra, who are you? Who would you say you were in girlfriends?
But I'm not as uptight as Joan. Joan is a fun girl.
Yeah.
Joan is a fun girl. She's super, super fun. But you know what? Because look, I just finished like going back and watching Girlfriends because I love that show.
I watch it all the time.
I literally went back on Netflix and watched the entire from the very beginning because Joan actually became even cooler as the seasons went on.
Yeah.
She like unwinded.
Yeah, she became like even super, super fun. So I definitely can't say I know I'm not Maya. I'm to be closer to Joan. Because I'm not Lynn. Lord knows I'm not Lynn. No, I'm not. I would be closer to Joan too. Because Joan was she was fun and she liked to
She was the center.
Yeah,
Definitely the center of
Joan.
them.
I liked her personality.
Yeah.
I liked her personality.
I agree with you about the fun shade. I don't like when it gets too dark. I like some fun shade, some reading. But speaking about reading, you're not just a media personality and reality star, you're also an author and have published a book. Surrounded by Sin, Grounded by
Amazing.
Love, 8 Single Keys to Becoming a Better You. What inspired you to write your book, and what message do you hope readers take away from it?
I had always thought about writing a book, but I didn't write the book. I had just kept putting it off, and then things in my life, they just started like, what's going on? Things are off. Like things started happening that was even giving me more content for the book. So, but things started happening, and I was like, you know what? I was supposed to do something that I have not done, and that's when I wrote the book. So that's what inspired me to actually write the book. You know, but I mean that. Surrounded by Sin, Grounded by Love, that just comes from the entertainment industry. You know, I've been in it since college. You know, I was surrounded by a lot of sin, but I was also grounded by love. You know, I always had those boundaries.
Beautiful.
I always had those boundaries that kept me grounded. You know, you see a lot of things in entertainment. You really do. But I've always stayed grounded, and I'm thankful for that. And then 8 Simple Keys to Becoming a Better You. It's just, you know, becoming better each and every day. I tell everyone that's an effort. You have to put effort. Just like you go to your job and you work. You have to work on yourself too. You know, we can become better every single day. You know,
Yes.
like every single day. But that's internal, and that's something that I was just sharing different keys of where you can and things that I had to do myself. You know, and I was just sharing with the world. One thing I always wanted to do, I said everything that I do, I wanted to have some type of purpose. Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
Wow.
I feel like, and I said this, every platform has to have a purpose, and that's in everything that I do. So even with the book, I wanted to encourage someone, I wanted to motivate someone, I wanted to help someone, and even when I wrote that book, it helped me. So I know it can help someone.
Whew.
I love that.
Are you
you're so
preaching to
involved
us today?
with
Woo!
Helping people, spreading positivity, your vibe, your energy, your wisdom. It's one of the things I love and gravitate in watching you on the show, because I don't just
Thank you.
I don't just like seeing the messiness. I like learning from people and their stories and being inspired. And I think you're so inspiring. You're so optimistic in everything that you do. It makes me think in my career, I can have that energy and that drive and think about that positivity, and I can aspire to be where you are in life. I think you're do so amazing in everything that you're doing.
I love your accent. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I do too.
Appreciate it. I know. I do. Yes,
It just sounds better.
that I do. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. And even you telling me that, like in that moment of what you're telling me, I appreciate it. But that's also one of the reasons I do what I do. You know, the fact that you can tell me that, I appreciate that.
And I know so many people feel the same way around the world, here in London, in the UK, and in all the different countries.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I definitely appreciate you having me on, because you guys are great.
Yes.
You're great.
Well, Tamra, this was a beautiful first interview for Bro Chat. Before we go, I do want to know, what are you most excited for 2025? And what can we expect for the upcoming season of Belle Collective?
Okay, first, hold on. Did you say I was the first interview for all of you guys?
Yeah, you're the first one for us.
Yes.
What?
So we're honored that you are with us.
We're obsessed with you.
I love that. I love it. I feel honored.
So from your perspective, how are we doing as someone who's in the industry? Did we do a good job?
You're doing great. You guys are doing great. And that's what it's supposed to feel like. It's supposed to feel comfortable. You know, it's supposed to feel like we're having a conversation. Like, it's supposed to feel that way. And I totally feel comfortable with you all, for sure.
It's so exciting.
For your bros. Yes. That's what we're meant to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. So 2025, I am just, I am a vision board girl.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys did not know, I do a vision board every single year. So 2025, yes, I believe in writing things down. I believe in seeing the vision. So just so you can have a direction. Exactly. So for 2025, I'm super, super thankful. I am super grateful. And it's just continuing to not only continue to be a motivator and continuing to inspire people, and all of those things that I love to do in radio and television. I love it. I love it all. Continuing to grow, because I know you guys, said all these accolades, but like, I still have growing to do, for me. I still have growing to do. Even in radio, even in television, I am always learning. I am constantly learning things. I always want to, I don't ever want to stop being a student. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Be stagnant.
Yes. I don't ever want to get too comfortable because I've gotten comfortable before. I've gotten comfortable before. I don't want to get too comfortable. I never want to do that. I always want to continue to learn. I want to keep going. I want to continue to grow. And whatever God, because I know we have our plans, but God has another plan. Whatever He has for me, I am ready for it. And so that's the growth. That's the growth of it all. Of what
I feel like I'm about to cry.
Oh no!
I do. Like I'm like, oh my God.
I am about to go start a business.
I'm about to go start tomorrow.
Tomorrow I might be Kim Kardashian. I don't know how.
Whatever your heart desires, like as far as like your goals, I am all for people winning. I am all for people whatever you want to do in life that makes you happy. And that what you see success, everybody's definition of success is very different. What you see as success for you and your family, go for that. Like, go for that. And don't deviate from it. Just, stay the course. Stay focused. The devil loves a distraction. He loves a distraction. Yeah. So 2025, we are staying focused.
Yes.
We are here.
Focused, and we are growing. We're continuing to grow. Like as far as in radio and in television, everything that I'm doing, I do have some other projects that I'm also working on. Of course, I talked about the immunity team. My immunity team. Yes, as a matter of fact, is listen. Cold season, flu season, all of that.
Yep.
So the tea has been doing very well. You can get on my website, www.tambracherie.com. All you have to do is click shop. That's the immunity tea. The weight loss tea, I mentioned that. I have one herb that is on back order. When I tell you guys, like my friends have really lost weight on this weight loss tea that I have been doing. Yes, I know, right? So I'm an herbs girl. I am an herbs girl. I'll take herbs before I'll drink before I take any type of medicine. So just doing that, of course. And then I have some other projects that I'm working on. You'll see coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the description below, I'm going to include the tea along with the book for everyone to tap those and learn more about them. But Tambra, thank you so much for hanging out with the Bros of Bro Chat. This was so incredible, and we are excited to continue to follow your journey.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to Belle Collective. Yeah. Thank you guys.
We love it.
It's great. One thing, even though, the girls, the Bells, we appreciate our audience for sure. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate everything that, you guys take the time, to even talk about the show, to talk about it, to talk about what we're doing and all this stuff. We appreciate those things. So I appreciate you guys for having me and being your first guest. Like,
yes.
I know that's right.
that part. And hope you guys will continue to, and look, even in our down times, continue to follow me on Instagram at Tambra Cherie, all of my social media handles for sure.
Okay. Yes. Well, we'll see you again next time, Tambra. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you.